Forget golf. This LIV PGA altercation has been, by far, the most entertaining sports-related drama this year. Nothing else comes close because every day there's something new to discuss. Today we'll be looking at the explosive new turn the golf war has taken and all the latest developments from it. Stick with us to get the lowdown on this war of tours. First up, new twist in the golf war. The latest development in the golf war saga has been the decision taken by 11 of the LIV Golf players to file an antitrust lawsuit, with the US PGA Tour being their target. In fact, some of them also plan on seeking a potential restraining order, which would allow them to compete in next week's playoffs. This is pretty big and remains to be seen how it'll play out, but the war has officially entered the courts, as everyone had predicted. The lawsuit was filed in the federal court of the Northern District of California and plans to challenge the suspensions, which have been imposed by Jay Monahan, the PGA commissioner, on the players who have taken part in the LIV Golf tournaments. So far, it's an interesting development because first, everyone thought the right step would be to ban the players that take part in the LIV Golf, but didn't think the PGA would do so. They did. Then the sensible step from the LIV players' point of view was to challenge the decision in court, but nobody thought they'd actually push ahead with it. But they've done that too. All this should pretty much confirm that a legal battle is set to take place between the two factions, and this is more or less the first step in that battle. Greg Norman remains very much at the front of representing LIV Golf, and he won't back down from anything because he's got insane support from the Saudis. Up next, extracts from the lawsuit. The official details of the lawsuit have been revealed, and they're shocking, to say the least. It takes a look at how the PGA has formed a monopoly on golf, and that has led to the tour creating anti-competitive restraints, which in turn help protect the monopoly of the PGA. These things go well in line with what the likes of Sergio Garcia and other outspoken golfers like Phil Mickelson have repeatedly said against the PGA. Similarly, the lawsuit elaborates on how the creation of LIV Golf has been threatening the PGA and goes well against its ideology. This tone, taken by the Greg Norman-led Rebel League, is quite brilliant because it focuses on painting the PGA as the evil side in this war, and that's definitely commendable, to say the least. We're not saying that the PGA is the knight in shining armor, but we can talk about ethics when LIV Golf can prove their money trail. It also goes on to say that the careers of the golfers are being harmed by the PGA. Again, they're all adults, and they took the decision while knowing that such bans were a possibility. If they chose to go ahead with LIV, that didn't stop them, and they'll have to face the consequences. We personally don't mind the entry of another league. It's refreshing and gives the sport an improved look. But let's be honest, this is nothing but an attempt at sport washing the image of Saudi Arabia. Then the response from the PGA Commissioner Jay Monahan released a memo to the players, which was obtained by the Golf Channel, and it shows that the PGA remains confident with their defense against the lawsuit. The memo reportedly said that the tour was preparing to protect their membership and will contest this attempt from LIV. It further went on to assure the players that they should be confident about the legal merits of PGA's position, and that would definitely fill them with a bit of hope, we're guessing. It also addressed the LIV players, as Monahan pointed out that the suspended players had taken a decision to walk away from the tour, and through this lawsuit, it's evident that they won't back in. We don't think that's exactly what the players are looking for, because they've talked about having the choice of playing on both tours, as long as the message fills the current players with some hope. Who are we to dispute this stand? The commissioner also explained to the players that this is nothing but their way of trying to free ride on your benefits and efforts, and went on to add that bringing them back in would compromise the tour. Ah yes, compromise them, because it would give them the freedom to choose where they want to play. It's so funny trying to pick the lesser evil between the two sides, but also kind of disgusting because there should be a way. Plus, the reaction from Paige Spironic, a former professional golfer. Paige Spironic has gone on to become a popular podcaster and influencer on Instagram. She provided her 2 cents on the ongoing war, and we somewhat agree with what she had to say. Spironic said that the LIV players need to come up with a better story, because at one point they're saying they want to play less golf, and now they're going on to sue the PGA because they want to play more golf. Nice catch, Paige. However, we don't quite agree with her second point. The former golfer said that you can't work for a company and then also with the company's competitor to double your money, because it doesn't work that way. Well, that's the whole problem. There shouldn't be a competitor. Rather, it should be an opportunity, and the players should have the freedom to decide where they want to play. But LIV Golf needs to be scrapped, because how are we allowing an organization backed by a country with grave human right violations to push us around like that? Shame on you, Norman. And other news, starting with Curtis Strange's comment on the lawsuit. Curtis Strange, a two-time major winner with the PGA Tour, believes that the latest lawsuit pretty much confirms that the LIV players have turned their back on Tiger Woods. Strange is now an analyst, and while he may not have a connection to Dr. Stephen Strange of the MCU, he does have a way with words, as he explained that everyone who has played with the PGA, who's playing, and who will play, owes a lot to the people who helped create the tour, and moving to LIV Golf was a terrible idea. It was obvious that Strange was very much hurt with the decision of many players to ditch the PGA for LIV Golf, especially when some major names had done so much in creating the tour. We can understand his sentiments, but the PGA hasn't done themselves any favors over the last few years, and this war was coming, sooner or later. We're still backing them because they're the lesser evil, but things would need to change if they truly want to remain the only tour in the game. Next up, some interesting text messages between Garcia and Norman. Following the lawsuit, lots of new information has come to light, but nothing seems to be more interesting than the text message exchanges between Sergio Garcia and Greg Norman. What became obvious from the messages was something that we already suspected. Garcia was ready to join the tour long before it was officially announced. In fact, he was ready to join months before he actually did, but it wasn't a straightforward decision from Garcia because he did have some questions and doubts. He needed multiple assurances from Norman and asked him the details on the tour and how it was coming along because he believed that many other players who wanted to join were now shitting their pants. He also pointed out to Norman that the PGA was planning on banning the players for life if they participated, which Norman replied that he shouldn't worry because they can't ban them for even one day, and even called it nothing more than a shallow threat. Quite interesting because they're now facing lifetime bans. We wonder how Garcia feels now and how exactly is Norman dealing with the situation. Lastly, Austin Smotherman's terrible luck. And our last piece of news will not be about the PGA's war against LIV. Rather, it will cover a story from golf. You know, the sport. Austin Smotherman missed out on the top 125 FedEx Cup eligibility ranking in the most brutal way possible, while things looked great for the rookie after an opening round of 65. Friday brought about the worst news possible for him. A disappointing second round meant that he had to battle the weather conditions and was one of the few players who had returned to finish their second round. But he lipped it out. He still remained 1 under par, but after hitting the fairway and having around 157 yards at 9, Smotherman missed the green by almost 20 yards. Instead, he posted a double bogey and missed out on what could have been a life-changing result. And that's a wrap for this video. Do you think the lawsuit from LIV Golf will allow LIV players to participate in PGA tournaments? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.